Hello, Dave Shan. So I left the class and I left the Facebook group again. Probably for the last time. We'll see. Um, because I am starting my own thing. Here's my own thing. It is AoP, A lot of personality, advanced objective personality research. So, why am I leaving the class if I'm still doing OP stuff? It's like Casey Neistat says, you've got to turn the page on chapter 1 before you can turn to chapter 2. I've been, in the class for a while now. And I've been struggling to learn how to actually type. So what I figured out is I need to own for myself all this information. So I need to do my own research in my own way, kind of following my own course and, double tribe. If there is a person taking the lead, I'm going to follow them in whatever direction they're going. And you guys just have a very, let's see, where is that? Right. So you guys have a very ST play, NF sleep perspective on things. Here are you guys in the middle. And I need to kind of own it in an FETI sort of way, erring on the side of FE. So I'm going to be studying more Darren Brown and modeling what he's doing. I'm going to continue to follow what you guys are doing. I'll still be watching the YouTube videos and reviewing all the videos that I've seen so far and thinking through this stuff quite a bit more. So in my show, I've been covering topics like the animal grid, the quadra grid, typing using spatial spectrums. Let me show you that right quick. So instead of just, one coin at a time, I'm typing with 2 coins at a time in kind of a spatial grid. For, like I'll plonk somebody down here, for example, this guy, and then just trying to figure out, okay, which group does he belong to? And, thinking through in context with all the other people. Does he fit in here? Is he like all these people in these 2 different dimensions at the same time? Or is he kind of like them, but also kind of like these guys up here? Is he like these guys over here at all? Like, no. and that sort of thing. And so one of the discoveries that I made in doing it this way is, discovering it for myself and owning it for myself is, this is how I'm arranging the animals for myself. I'm calling this the animal team clock. So you've got an individual animal like play or blast, but combined they're an animal team, like, 2 bulls with a yoke. I need to put an image like that in there. So from that perspective, the first animal team of Shan is play consume, but the second animal team is consume sleep. So that's going to be going, starting here. Well, let me just show you over here. So, that's going to be starting as the least introverted double extrovert, and then dropping all the way down to kind of middle of the road introverted consume, and then dropping down to one of the most introverted flavors of sleep before jumping all the way up here to be one of the most, actually the number 1 most extroverted kind of blast. Double masculine blast play consume style blast, which naturally trumps Dave's relatively wimpy blast sleep play style blast, but his blast and play kind of go back and forth rapid cycling. So he's kind of living in this quadrant, kind of blurring into sleep only a little bit, and then blurring into play only a little bit. In fact, Dave's most introverted animal is consume. And that's what I'm seeing with my wife also. And my wife, kind of an IP Martha Stewart, has the most introverted consume that it is possible to get. An NE-FI consume that is double feminine, consume sleep blast style, as her alarm clock setting on her watch. Anyway, so that's kind of one of the first things that I realized when kind of owning this my way. Also toying around with the energy info quantum spectrums. I did a video on James Clear. I got pretty close. I need to do a follow-up where I review where I went wrong. And then I did a video kind of covering similar topics to this stuff of like, how can you do your fourth animal so well sometimes? Like, how do some people do that? And it's all about alpha states and the data flow model of the animal connections. I have a video all about that. But now that I'm kind of taking my own path on things, I've been able to kind of clarify some things for myself that were super confusing. For example, I redesigned your grid just a little bit, split it in half, and then split it introvert, extrovert, and then that fits my grid as well. Bottom left is sleep, top right is play, bottom right consume, top left blast, and then you have people that are right in the middle, like Shan and Dave, that are kind of in the middle of all of them, which is fun. But it's actually more accurate to look at it on the clock because there is no middle. Let me get rid of these things. The red X is to remind myself that this hasn't been completely verified yet. So if you go, top row is double extroverted decider. Bottom row is double introverted decider, and then everything in between. Actually, let me show you that down here. Right, so Shan is EII, Dave is IEE, so technically Dave is way more extroverted than Shan, even though technically she is, up here. And anyway, there's more details. I'll record more things. But when I laid it out grid style like this, it created a clock shape with nothing in the middle and nothing in the corners. These are all of the options. You have to be in here somewhere. But of course, everybody's everywhere. And so that's why here I'm kind of covering when you do cover the other parts of the board, where on there are you covering? So like Shan, although she has kick butt blast, she's not really covering the blast sleep quadrant, even though her sleep and blast are right next to each other. They're that far apart on the clock. It's more disconnected. And Dave is not really covering the play consume side of things. He's got both play and consume, but his play is missing consume, and his consume is missing play. It's very interesting. Assuming that I have all these arrows pointing in the right directions, that's the thing that I still need to verify with data. So I'm going to be doing research on actual people in real life and seeing what flavor of animals they have. Is the yeah. Anyway, so Right. I'm doing things a little bit differently is the point. And I hope to keep in touch, keep following what you guys are doing. And, you know, if you're interested in what I'm doing, follow my channel, or, you know, randomly call me or email or whatever. You know the drill. See you later.